Hello, my wonderful BIAFRA brothers and sisters. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. Happy New Day and happy Thursday. Still remember, na me there on the microphone, your microphone, and our microphone. Amandian is from the platform of Okute Daily Talk, bringing to you this early broadcast. I beg you, make on hear the headline. I beg Nigeria government, he don't do, and I don't try with all this on a propaganda. Even now, the UK have joined them. Hey, this life no balance you. So UK now don't they propagate, even with their close allies, will be full and control government of Nigeria. They're gonna hear this recent propaganda from the UK to Nigeria and against the Biafran people. Your recent sponsored documentary against our allies is dead on arrival. IPOB tells Britain. So Britain's now don't they form propaganda. Can they tell against our own people? Anyway, my wonderful people, I don't want to talk too much. I don't want us to stretch it too far. I want to go straight to the reason why we are here this morning. I beg, like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe to my channel for a better experience as we proceed with other etc. waiting for us here. British government declassified documents on Russia and Israel rules in Biafra war shows psychological oppression, according to IPOB. They wanna see how they take Tokam. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, have noted with dismay the latest British psychological operations to sway Britain's to sway Biafrans, to sway Biafrans away from possible Russia and Israel alliance. Britain should know that this generation of Biafrans that Martin Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB are leading are wiser and can be fooled. Britain is already sponsoring a documentary on how Russia supported Nigeria to bomb Biafra land, and the Israel government is the double role during the genocidal war levied against Biafrans by the so-called Nigeria and Britain between 1967 and 1970. The recent British classified documents aimed at exposing Russia and Israel rules during the Biafra genocidal war is a serial mind game. This one has sponsored UK documentary. Okay, I think I read the news some time ago, but I couldn't really lay my hand on person who do that documentary. We understand that the British psychological operations were at work. They wanted Biafrans to start antagonizing Russia and Israel. The declassified documents were British-sponsored act to mess up our current relationship with Russia and Israel. No Biafran should be fooled. We are looking into the future, not the past. We decided our alliance, and Biafra and Nigeria will not decide for us. Sorry, Britain and Nigeria will not decide for us, according to the news. If Britain let them declassify every document about Biafra genocide now. We are not going to be fooled to take our eyes off those behind the Biafran genocide, which was Britain and the countries they confused to join them. We are not ready to throw the tantrums about nations that were deceived by Britain to join the coalition forces to exterminate innocent Biafrans in the 1960s. It was Britain that advised General Yakubu Gowon not to honor the negotiated agreement between Nigeria and the Biafra in Aburi, Accra, Ghana, called the Aburi Accord. Instead of giving Biafrans autonomy by the negotiated agreement, Britain and Nigeria rolled out military tanks to exterminate Biafrans. Britain used their propaganda media, BBC, to demonize Biafrans and convince the world that we were rebels, and many nations joined and murdered over 4 million Biafrans. As a result of Nigeria's government aid blockade, millions of Biafran children were starved to death. Our land was destroyed, and many Biafran children taken as refugees into many friendly countries, but never returned even after the war. Britain should not remind us of our painful past with their self-starving the classification of Biafra genocidal civil war documents. Biafrans can't forget in a hurry the colonial and the post-colonial rules of Britain against Biafrans. Britain knows exactly what to do if indeed they have the interests of Biafrans at heart. First, they must use their diplomatic clout to free their citizen, Martin Nnamdi Kanu, who was kidnapped from Kenya and extraordinarily renditioned and is being detained in a solitary confinement in Nigeria for over 2 years now. Secondly, they should decolonize Nigeria by persuading their puppet government of Nigeria to conduct a referendum for Biafrans to decide their fate in the first union called Nigeria. When the two conditions are met by Britain, perhaps we may begin to consider whatever message they have on who to be our ally and friend. Biafrans have moved on and we decided our friends. We are not ready to build allies with any country where our interests will not be considered, according to the writer of this very message. The recent psychological operation from the British and Nigerian governments with the recent declassified documents and security intel leaks respectively are dead on arrival. We expect them to move into the next stage by creating fake social media handles using Igbo and Biafra names to antagonize and abuse Russia and Israel. We trust that the affected nations have the infotech ability to decide or to decode the truth. We advise all Biafrans to be circumspect in commenting on the latest declassified documents from the Britain concerning Russia and Israel's role during the Biafra genocide war and security league from the Nigeria government. IPOB leadership is intelligent enough to make decisions as it affects the aspirations of the Biafrans. We decide who are our friends, not Britain nor the Nigerian government. This message is coming from Comrade Emma Powerless, Media and Publicity Secretary for IPOB in general. And I don't hear them, that's what the thing take be. So my wonderful people, another news we have here, Soludo, don't rename airport after Chinua Achebe see Nigeria 60 years squandered, according to Chukwumacha Soludo. Okay, the Anambra State International Passenger and Cargo Airport has been named after the Nigerian novelist, poet, and critic Professor Chinua Achebe. This was disclosed by Governor Charles Chukwuma Soludo in the meeting that he had in Awka during the Independence Day parade to mark Nigeria's 60th anniversary. Soludo, former Central Bank Governor, described Achebe as an example of Africa's unsung heroes. According to him, Achebe, a Nigerian novelist, poet, and critic, gave the African literature an identity and a voice. He rightly reconstructed and refined the identity of the people. When the people, I mean of us. So Ludo said Achebe symbolizes not a Nigerian hero, but an African and global hero, and yet largely unsung at home, adding that Anambra State, under his name, would henceforth fish out her unsung heroes to celebrate them. Quoting him, unfortunately, some people wrongly think of legacies in terms of brick and mortar. Legacy is about impact on human lives and human civilization. Achebe was not a president or a governor or military. He did not build bridges or roads or airports, but he will outlive most presidents, governors, and ministers in our minds today. Achebe rejected Nigeria's national honors twice in protest against what he perceived as injustice to his hometown or home state, Anambra. Today, Anambra will finally honor him. After wide consultations, there is a broad consensus that no one is more deserving to be named after the first airport in Anambra than Anambra's all-time greatest literary gift to the world, Chinua Achebe. Consequently, we will rename the Anambra International Cargo and Passenger Airport Umuleri to Chinua Achebe International Airport Umuleri. It has to be an international airport, and we hope to work with the Fulani government to give full effect to its international status, according to him. Commenting on Nigeria's assisted threats, Ludo said, "We have modeled through the past 63 years with squandered opportunities and yet with the promise of potential greatness. No country or nation is perfect. Every nation continues to struggle in its march to a more perfect union. The path to stability, growth, and sustainability will be challenged as there are no quick fixes. But all of us must collectively think and work Nigeria out of the current challenges. We have no other country but Nigeria, and we must make it work for everyone. This one is what Chukwuma Charles Mbafu Soludo is telling the general public how to make things work in this country called Nigeria. I don't hear them in this country called Nigeria. So as we proceed further, or as you wait for another Obonga news from me, remember, you need to share this message, you need to like it, you need to subscribe to my channel for a better and other experiences, because without you there will be no what do they call it, there will be no Okute Daily Talk, and without my kind of news there will be no anything for you. That is how it is, my wonderful people. Another situation here, another liar from the pit of hell, where look at what he's saying. What Nigeria has enjoyed for 25 years, worthy of emulation, U.S. Counsel General reveals. What the hell? God have mercy. The United States Counsel General in Nigeria, Willie Stevens, has said, unlike other African countries, Nigeria has enjoyed 25 years of uninterrupted peaceful democratic succession, which he found worthy of emulation. Okute News report that Stevens made this known on Wednesday while addressing students during the launch of the Recycling Waste to Wealth Challenge, a competition for secondary school students at Abeokuta Window on America, located at the Youth Development Center of the Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library, Abeokuta, Ogun State. Record that since 2020, Africa has experienced coups in 7 countries, most recently recorded in Niger Republic and Gabon. Speaking on rising military takeovers in African countries, the U.S. Counsel General blamed some leaders' refusal to relinquish powers after spending decades in the government, which often leads to democratic instability. According to him, the African continent faces enormous challenges ranging from climate change to food insecurity, and only democratic stability can help the continent in resolving its problems. To overcome the coup challenges, Stevens asked African leaders to embrace the tenets of democracy and ensure a peaceful transition of power, like in Nigeria, my dear. Future, clean your mouth. His words, I hope and I feel that you, African, can face the problems, and the problems are big. It is climate change, which leads to flooding. It is a plastic pollution, blocking everything. It is food insecurity. It is the backsliding of democracy in the region. Obasanjo served 2 terms and left power. He set the president in Nigeria of you serving, and then you step aside for your successor. Nigeria has enjoyed 25 years of presidential succession, and in poverty as well. President Buhari just did the same thing. He served 2 terms and then he steps aside. That is a big deal in democracy. Peaceful transition of power, that is a huge thing to be proud of. It does not happen very often, according to him. There are presidents of neighboring countries that have been there for very, very long time, 20, 30, 40 years. This leads to democratic instability. It leads to coups. Nigeria is the 4th largest democracy in the world. You just had a successful presidential transition, successful elections. This is something you should not take for granted. The idea that people can come into power, they can serve and then leave is really cool, my dear. Yes, we have 25 years of democracy, because democracy into poverty, into a lot of things, into killings. If you check in Nigeria, what democracy have brought to Nigeria, rather than pain, agony, anguish, backwardness, a country with almost every mineral resources you can take of. If you check mineral resources in Nigeria, I swear to Almighty Allah, it will be more than 1,000, but Nigeria is still struggling. And you are telling us we have a successful election, my dear. There's nothing successful about the just concluded election. You people know about it. Even the United Nations observer said the election is below what they can what do they call it? What they can complement. And you are here telling us anyway you are in Nigeria, you are born to say anything you like, because you have been given a sacks of money to come to the media and say all sorts of rubbish concerning or what you don't even know about. Anyway, my wonderful people, I beg you, I don't want to get angry this morning. And I hear I tell you now. Make on a like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe to my channel for a better experience. See you as I come back again with another blockbuster. Bye for now. Get me soon.